for this episode, I mean, this episode, my video is we're going I'm going to explain to you a few stuff about drawing, because I wanted to show some of you who are maybe like love art or love to draw. I would love to give you a few examples of what methods you can use when you are drawing anything, like when it comes to making characters or like that. I'm not the best at making characters like that. I'm like still like in that kind of process, like, but I do know how to make a few things. But that's why I wanted to teach you just the drawing methods of what you can use, not use, but like, how to say it, like how you can like practice your own drawing skills with any kind of object, not object, but like materials. Right now I'll explain what I mean by that, but if you want to stick around to this video, because this is gonna be like some kind of tutorial video, you can leave this video if you want, because all of this is going to be just like some kind of tutorial video again. So, or you can stay tuned till the end, till so I could give you all these kind of like ideas of what you can do when you're drawing with different materials, different kind of pencil, like any kind of that. So right now I will discuss it with you, but please stay tuned. And also, before we start, please subscribe to the channel, and also leave a like button and comment down below on what do you love drawing, and what do you like most when you are drawing. Alright, so thank you, and let's go, guys. With that being said, let's start now. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and start by taking out the materials we need in order to draw. So for example, I got my notepad here, which this helps me like do any kind of drawings. And then you have an option which tools you can use, but you don't have to use a pen. And maybe if you are good at using the pen, then good for you then. But I want to also show you what you can do when you're like drawing with the pen too. But for now, I'm going to use a regular pencil because it just helps me like flesh out my own kind of type of drawing. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and I'll make a heart right here. I'm going to make a heart right here. I know it's a little tiny, but as you can see right here, there's a heart right there. And now let me go ahead and just show you more like what I mean about my type of drawings. I just go more like, if I really wanted to go all out style, like just really want to flesh out my drawings and not have them like like say, oh, draw all the way over here from right here. No, I don't do that. But I'm going to show you to like improve from your own drawing skills, or not to draw all the way across over here or over there, but it's gonna be fun. I'll tell you that. So alright, we got our hearts there, you can see right there. And now we're going to, I don't know, I'm gonna do some kind of object like this and that. So I don't know what I made right now. I just like you doing anything basically at this point. But if you really want to, like, you're using a pencil like me, a regular pencil, and you want to, like, flesh out your drawing a little bit, or you want to pop it out more, that it can show more of, the outline of it too. Then you can out of just shading in with this, the same line. Just try not to, like, how you say it, like, get out of the line, because it'll be a little difficult. But you could also fix that mistake if you, like, have that mistake of, like, not, you wrote out of the line outside. Try to write it inside, like me. I do, like, a bunch of mistakes too, but that's just the drawing process of any type. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this kind of type of tutorial, because I've been getting into a lot of drawing. I mean, I love to draw a lot, and I'm studying about graphic design, because that's what I want to study about and have a career of, which these kind of, like, type of drawing type of skills is going to help you improve your own type of drawing. Like, there's different types, and I bet there's some that are really clean with their own type of drawings. But you see that I'm not out of the line, so, like, I hope I'm not. Oh wait. Well, that is just, like, almost shading, but also, like, you could also do that to perfect your own heart shape. Say, like, you're out of the line, right? So let's go ahead and just shade it more, so it could be part of that, drawing right here. So you see that right there in the corner. Just shade it more so it could, like, look like they're connected, like it's not going out of place, it's just right there. Also, like, just following the line too. That's one way to also, like, like, whenever you're, like, having a drawing book, what I do, I outline the black line first. I color the black line first, and then I, like, color in the the blank space afterward, so that way my coloring kind of order is not like in the way. I just like to color it in that kind of way, if that makes sense. I know some of you might do it, and some of you might be like a pro at it, but this is all about drawing and your own kind of right here. It's like the beginning of what a practice. It's like a practice. So see if you could make this and try to not, I say it, like, overdo it. Don't overdo this. Just try to think of that outline of not going too much further over here. Just keep it here, keep it simple, and don't get out of the place or of the line. So you could clean up that kind of drawing, and like that, you have your own drawing right there. Now let's do another thing now with switching with the pen. Now from a pencil, we're going to do something else almost similar to this, but this time it's gonna be much more different. So I'm going to just make up a name, or not a name, but I mean like any kind of a word. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna write family. Now I know you see this, it's a little cricket. So let me so just like this, you can also perfect your own kind of drawing for this too. Now for me, like I said, I do a lot of drawing, so but this is just another way you could, like, whenever you mess up like something like this, you don't have to go back or rip out the page just because you didn't, you know, wrote it right the first time. You could fix it instead of going back, instead of um instead of throwing out the paper or using whiteout. You could just perfect it. Just go back and just shade in the part, that's all. If this is over here, I have to like use my own, like, again, like, you also have to use your own mind too, like how you want to perfect your drawing. Like, what do you want to draw? Like, think about that first. And then before you do this, though, you don't have to do it. Only for me, it's because it's whenever I make a mistake, I just keep going at it instead of erasing it or using whiteout again. Like I said, I just go back and just, you know, go back and shade it in more. So I could, like, like clean it out, the the bad spots, flush out the black, the the little, well, I'm gonna call it stroke because it looks like a stroke. And stroke is like a line, another word for a line. So now I'm going to, but yeah, it's a little difficult, like when you're like making, like, again, like if you were going to write something, like maybe an invitation or someone, yeah, an invitation to someone, you might do this, for the first time, or might come out wrong. But instead of again erasing it, try to perfect it. Try to do your best to go back and perfect it instead of erasing it. Like, I know whiteout is a useful tool to erase some things, but I don't use whiteout much, more, not often. But what I do is I just go with my own kind of style, my own kind of drawing, and just like that, I just, use that kind of method in my own head, and just use that to perfect your own drawing. Now we want to, like, be more fancy with our own drawing. Then we could also, again, make a heart. I'm not the best at making like you know curvy hearts like this, but again, You don't have to, like, again, like when you make a mistake, it doesn't have to be perfect. Take this for example. All this video is just going to help you perfect your own drawing skill, and what you, so you could, use that kind of drawing whenever you're like doing anything, any sort of thing, whether you're into again, like drawing or animation, but this is a really neat, like, how you say it, like, just take the time to practice your own kind of drawing skill, because that is going to prepare you and help you more often. Now I'm just like shading in just the outline of it, that's all. But again, it's like that too. It's not the best art, but there is one thing. Now let me just make a balloon. Like, I'm gonna make a balloon there. There's my balloon. That. You can also go all out on your style of your way of making, like, logos, too. Like, if you want to, not logos, but I mean like this kind of, like, if you want to turn this, I turn my eye into a balloon instead. Use that kind of thing too, because it's gonna also help you, more of being creative, more with your own kind of, drawing abilities too. Yeah, we got drawing abilities. We got drawing powers, guys. And it's crazy because I wasn't always the best at drawing like this. When it came to drawing, I was bad at it at first, but once I, like, practiced more and I kept on practicing, then I perfected it, and now it's just something that I do more often now. Let's just continue on doing this, but in the bottom we're going to write something else in the bottom. Let's go ahead, get started. Now I want you to pay attention to what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to draw the first initial letter of my name. So here goes. Oh. So I'm gonna draw it with a pen, because I'm kind of getting better with using the pen now. But I do have to ask a question to those who, like, know their own ways how to use Illustrator. Like, it is very difficult to use Illustrator. It's not difficult, it's not hard, it's just like so different, from writing in paper, because in paper is a lot more easier because you're writing it with your own hand, but then in Illustrator, it's just a lot more, it's a lot more of a process. There's the tools you have to use. You can't use your own hand. You have to use the tools they give you in the platform. So that's why, I say it's a little bit difficult for me because I'm more used to drawing with my hand than using the tools they give you in Adobe Illustrator. But if you're used to that, then I don't know how you did that. Doing. I'm just simply just drawing my name. That's my first initial, the first letter of my name. See what I mean about rushing? You won't get the lines, so we have to do this with calm and be more like, again. But again, in Illustrator, it's a lot more different. Here, you want them to blend in with that kind of drawing you want to, that you're drawing, because otherwise it won't come out right, or it won't, come clean. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but at least try to outline at least the letter or object like this or that one too. I'm gonna make the R now. Don't go out of the outline of it, the stroke, just keep it like that. And there are many other ways you can use this. You can also make letters, into, this kind of form if you want to do it, this kind of shading style, I'm sure most of you might know that by now. Yeah, oof. My hand is really tired right now, but I want to really get this picture. Sorry, not a picture, drawing. My art. I want to be done with it, and also I want to be able to I want it to look really good. That's what. You see, it's again a process, but these are my initials, H and a R. What you can do when you are coloring, when you want to color in the fill, what I do, I don't color in the fill like right here all around yet. I just go all around like this. And this is also a slow process. I mean, it's not a slow process. It can also be a fast process, but if you want to not again perfect it, if you are good at these kind of things like outlining, then you're good. But now I'm going to outline the stroke of it too, the outline of it. So that way, just so you could give it more texture and style too. There are many different ways of how you can do this. You can also use a marker to color the black line, and then color in the, also color in the fill, everything else. But I always like doing it with a color pencil because a marker is much more like, it just bleeds out of the page, and I don't like that. But it also works out. It works that way too, so that way you won't have to use like a black marker. You can use a pen instead. Pen is a much more helpful tool than a marker to just do these kind of drawings if you're good at making these kind of type of drawings, these kind of letters. And if not, then use a marker. All right, whichever way you think, which tool you think you use the best, you're good at, then use that one. Then I'm not forcing you to use this. I'm just giving you like just examples of what you can also use for the black line, so you can outline it as well, so it could fit in more for the drawing to pop out more. So yeah, now I'm going to color the F, but this time I think I'm gonna go in with the yellow. I'm gonna outline just the line outside of it. Then I think I'm gonna use a different color to color the inside of it. Oh no, actually I'm gonna color it in the fill. I'm gonna color in the blank spot. Then I'm going to use a different color pencil, probably the blue one. I'm gonna use the blue, and I'm gonna go ahead and just do that on top of the F. Shade in where the black outline is at too. Again, not a fast process. You don't want to rush this, because you want to you want to make your drawings look good, and you don't want to do that. Also, quick little tip, you want to use the edges. You see the edges of the color pencil I have right now. All you have to do, if you see a sharp edge, use that part to do this, because that's going to help you outline more the black stroke right here. Use it so you can outline in, and also like if there is a mistake in the black stroke, then fix it by using that edge, because it could help you for not like going back. I think it's useful for me because I use it only when I'm not like, again, if I use a black marker or a pen and I went out of the edge, maybe I use a color pencil. I use the edges, the sharp edge, to sharpen my own, the stroke, to fix up the stroke. That's what I meant. You didn't understand that? Let me explain it again. Because I wanted to mention it to you. If you're ever going to use a color pencil, and if you were going to, like, you see this outline that's, you make your outlines like this, and if you see there's one that doesn't look right, then just use the edges of the color pencil and just do that. You cannot do that with a marker, because a marker will bleed through it. So color pencils are more useful, and if there is like a sharp edge, and you can use that too. outline the black line in your drawings. So again, guys, nothing too hard. It's not hard. It's simple and it's fun to, whenever you have time for yourself, use that time to, use practice on your hands to use this coloring method I'm showing you right now of how you can color your own drawings and flush them out. See how I did that? That is a beautiful stroke right there. I did from the outline that now I'm going to shade in the rest of it. You could go slow as well. Not slow, I mean if you want to do this kind of thing like that too. But yeah, slow is a good way. You do this slowly, the process, and through the end it's going to come out right. Don't go too fast, because otherwise you're gonna color off the edge, off the outline of it. So wanna not do that. My last initial name. So I'm gonna do again, I'm going to color the outline of it. Well, not the outline, I mean it's the inside of the outline. Just right here, just right there. Don't want to color too much, not fast, because that's what's gonna happen. You want to take your time. Put some music on, whichever you guys are comfortable coloring, hearing music, no, don't watch TV, don't be distracted on your phone, because they'll take up too much of your time. So you want to do this, and this one is a bit hard because you want to really leave more space from the from the corner. If you're going to make a letter, leave more space so that way the outline works that way, so you won't have to struggle with that. Now I'm just going to go in and shade the rest of the entire blank spots with the fill. So just like that. See how my red is still inside and have a little bit of white spaces. You want to color in everything. Don't leave a white space out. That's why color pencils are useful tools, because they really, I like color pens. I like to use more coloring pencils than color crayons. Color crayons is just another way of drawing. But we're good at using that, then you could use them in your own drawings too. I know there's one person I saw on TikTok that she's really good at making these types of, what do you call it, like chalk. She makes drawings out of any character out of chalk, and she does it really, really a splendid job. Like, I really hope in the future we could, I don't know, I hope she could get, I forgot what was her name, but she was on TikTok. I hope she can get that kind of job for Pixar, because she does a lot of Pixar. And dab it in with, fill in everything else just like that, and there you have it. Now I'm going to go ahead and keep going with coloring every feel of my drawings that I made right now. So but I have just started college already, and the reason I say Illustrator is a little hard to draw in Adobe Illustrator, because I used it once before, but I never really used it more often though. Like oh my god, like I'm studying right now about graphic design. That's what I want to be when I grow up. My major, I guess, for now. But it's something that I want to do, and I hope you guys understand what I mean by that. Is that there's a bunch of careers out there and bunch of selections of what you want to do, but it's gotta be something you love. So it's a bit of a difficult thing to choose. For me, it's just a little hard to choose what I want to do, but I don't regret it. I don't regret taking, right now it's been a little hard path for me to do, but it's a little hard right now, but I'm getting there, and I hope to learn more about graphic design and I hope I could improve my own art, my own drawing skills in my art, so I could continue on with this path that I took and continue on, showing my drawings in the future. And I hope for you the same as well. So if you're ever stuck, always keep going no matter what, guys. No matter how hard the task is difficult or the assignment might be too tough. Like for me, I gotta make a face. I have to make a face in Illustrator. I have to do this kind of thing where I have to take a not portrait, but like a picture. Then I have to outline the whole entire thing, like remake the entire face. But it's not like a cartoon face, it's not like any of that. It's like a real face, and for me that is a difficult, like that's gonna be hard to do, which I hope you can all wish me good luck. Wish me a good luck, because I really want to be able to pass the class, and also pass my classes. I want to be able to improve and be that kind of art, that, what do you call it, artist? I want to be when I grow up. That kind of graphic designing thing I want to do when I grow up. Last thing, let me go ahead. What am I gonna give? I'll use this one. This is just a regular thing I used. It's a regular drawing, and it's a drawing tool, but I'm gonna use it to color it in though. Just like the same thing, You don't want to leave this blank spot. You want to color everything. But like I said, it's a bit hard right now. But I hope that everything in the end will turn out fine, and I'll be able to, show more of this kind of content in my videos in the future, which I hope to do that. So yeah, there it is. My my own art and the method of drawing. Okay, guys, it is time to show you my drawing that what I made for this challenge was I was supposed to like draw in everything, fill in every blank spot without leaving any blank. So I'm done with it. Now I'm gonna show you. So ready? I count on three. 3, 2, 1. See, this is what I made. For what I showed you earlier in the video, was how to use your own technique, your own kind of way of how to, draw. Like, whenever I made a mistake, like, I know I made a few mistakes here, because you can tell too, but I went back. I didn't use an eraser. I just fixed it and I just kept on going and, made a different kind of drawing rather than the one I was going to make. So it just depends on like you're at that kind of, you have that kind of mind, because I literally just drew it all. My hand is shaking, it's hurting a little, but I'm used to it because I draw a lot, and this is what I end up making afterward. After the hard work, you get this. I'm telling you that once you learn the techniques, those kind of drawing methods I show you in this video you're going to practice it, and then you're gonna show me a picture, test your own drawing skills, like saying, oh, do you like doing this? You like to draw a little bit more, like more cleaner. I mean, mine is just like literally like a portrait. I almost made it into my like in portrait, those pictures. So yeah, and then you have the initials. I have my name here too, with my initials and the heart I made from the beginning. Then there's the birds I made. I just add in just like those kind of details, that's all, just to fill in the blanks. But just look at the style of what I made, though. Even though I made like a couple mistakes, it's not, it's a little impossible, but if you have that kind of patience to do something like this, and this is not a pen, I used a drawing pencil to do this. If you remember from the video, I used a drawing pencil earlier. So yeah, you just put in practice, and if you put your mind to it, then you're going to make something good, something you're gonna love more about yourself. You're going to, like, let's say, like, you're unlocking new abilities every single day, when you live this kind of life, since you have, like, let's say you have zero experience from drawing, and you try to do that's this kind of thing, so that's why I want you to test out those kind of skills for yourself. Practice, see what, like, what clicks in your head, like, what kind of type of drawing are you? Are you that a type of drawing that likes to clean out the edges? Or are you the one that wants to, like, keep on going and non-stop, because I literally drew these waves with a pen, and it's just crazy for me to think about that. I drew this with a pen, and I wasn't good with the pen, and now this is the reward in the end. When you, like, practice with those kind of type of drawing methods I gave you in this video, you're going to love to draw anytime, and it's gonna be way much easier to, like, draw with any material, with either a pencil or a pen. I mean, marker, I don't know about a marker, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, I have done some drawing techniques and markers, but markers are like some different kind of tools. You can draw with them, but I prefer like something pencil or pen, like that, just to give you this image right here. Like, I don't know what I imagine. I just wrote, made this, and this is what came out. This is what I made. So here, I'll give you a moment to look at it. I put in remember the coloring method too, about using the colors. I think you have your own way how to color them, but that's why I made the waves a little bigger, because I did a few mistakes, but I kept going, and I thought about, oh, maybe I should do this, instead. I'll make the waves a little higher, and then I'll put in a different color methods that will blend in with, the theming of the what your picture is. Like, what do you want to put in it? What is the theme of this picture? And give it more, something to pop out more of of the picture, like what stands out more the best. I think for me what stands out more is the waves I made. The waves stand out more than the sun. I wish I could have fixed more of the sun, but again, it was a long process to do this while making this video, so yeah. But the waves, I'm proud that I was able to fix up the mistakes for the waves. It was a little bit difficult, but I pulled it through the end. So now, if you ever, again, like struggling with any kind of thing you want to do, like say you want to draw like something, or like that, like what should I say, a circle. Let's start with a circle. Those who do not know how to make a circle, you can comment me down below if you want some help, making like making your shapes more cleaner, and how to keep on practicing with those kind of shapes, or maybe letters too. Then comment me down below if you want another video of this type of video I made right now. I'll be glad to help you and practice with you to give you some good examples, some easier ways how you can like make shapes into like cleaner shapes, like circles, to make them look like circles and look like their own type of shape. So yeah. And letters is just like, again, it's a little bit, it's simple and it's easy, but it's only if you like know how to draw really good, then maybe you can do like fonts like of those, the letters. But if you need help, then you could also let me know in the comments down below on if you want another video of these tutorials. Thing to be afraid of. You should be proud of it. And if this is your first time learning how to draw, then I hope you enjoyed this video that I made. And I hope whatever I gave you to instruct you how to draw, I hope that it's helpful enough to help you draw and find your own skill and perfect your own drawing method in along the way. So now it's time. I have to say goodbye, guys, till the next video, right? So thank you all, and I'll see you till the next video. This is Star Girl signing out. Bye.